Something like that. Might be less. And it's not, and that's not accurate.
Hold up, your stream dislikes me. There we go. Are we live?
I'm live. I don't know about you.
You are now Jack Noir. You have just murdered an innocent family. What will you do? Accessorize immediately. You begin claiming trophies to celebrate your magnificent triumph over the defenseless loving couple. The man's hat suits you perfectly. It is plain and serviceable. Yes, that looks so good. The only way the look could possibly be improved is if it were blacker. Or bloodier. So, Dad Egbert and Mom Lalonde just kind of didn't do anything, and that kind of irks me. Like,
They
it just kind of
they
They had
did
plenty of
something
things.
incredibly relevant. They died.
They flitted about for like 2,000 pages in the Insepisphere and then died.
Yeah.
Take a prize from the lady.
They explicitly were unable to be found by their children, who are the main characters, and then died.
Take a prize from the lady.
Also, that's not true. John's dad gave him a wallet in a roundabout way. And Rose's mom made like a doomsday lab that caused Homestuck.
They didn't do anything in the Insepisphere, though.
That's because they're not important once the game starts.
I guess not.
The trolls the trolls guardians all died before entering.
Look, I thought they were gonna do something, because like we would occasionally cut to them and it looked like they were doing something. Like, at least Dave fought Jack and tried. Anyway, I digress. This beautiful scarf will look quite dramatic as you soar through the air, scouring the surface for new victims. It is finely crafted and the fabric is wonderfully soft. Your powerful nose detects perfume. The odor is pleasant. Wait, this pipe, it's great too! It makes you look dignified and thoughtful. Yes, this will be your trophy as well. Trophy binge! Yes, yes! All of the glorious trophies will belong to you. There is no possession of the fallen so trivial that it would not make a splendid adornment to your intimidating visage. Wait, no! This is in fact so very, very stupid. This is no way for a killer of your elite profile to dress. Your rise to omnipotence has had a regrettable influence on your vanity, it seems. Have you forgotten the original grievance with frivolous attire that got you here? That's it. No more trophies. You are swearing off trophies forever. Probably. Okay. You will keep one trophy, but only one. You can never stay mad at Cal. He is a true friend, the only you have ever known. So touching. God, you're so bored. Sniff out new prey. It used to be that when you were bored with paperwork, you would go distract yourselves by sharpening one of your favorite knives, or give the most disapproving scowl through a fenestrated wall to survey the kingdom. But those were simpler times. There was only one cure for boredom befitting a demigod, and that is more senseless killing. You consult your proud long snout for assistance with the hunt. You pick up the maddening scent of one of the young graveyard stuffers. You are sure it is the same one you slaughtered earlier, and yet his stench remains, confounding you from every direction. It is as if the breeze which carries it deliberately seeks to obfuscate the odor's origin. Your thoughts become more murderous with each blustery taunt. succumb to unfathomable bloodlust. You are consumed by murderous thoughts, and you prepare to embark on a killing game to end all. For God's sake, you start thinking about dog things again. Why do bones have to be so delicious and enticing?
Like you said, killing game.
Did I say killing game?
Yes.
Too much Kodaka and Uchikoshi. Suppress thoughts of unfathomable snozages. You successfully suppress all thoughts of delicious little wrapped wieners and infuriating things like mail and its agents of delivery. But in the process, you awaken your deepest and darkest feelings of all. Feelings of loyalty? How completely despicable! But no, that is not all there is. Could it also be love? It must be. It is the only emotion that could possibly make you feel so utterly disgusted with yourself.
Somehow I wasn't expecting this, even though really it was entirely obvious if you thought about it.
I mean, yeah.
Hmm. And it is surely why you couldn't go through with it. You could not do it. You could not kill the girl. Contact do they duh. You get the draconian dignitary on the line.
Can you believe
He
Jade
asks-
is immune to Jack Noir?
For the interim. He asks what the heck you've been up to. You say it doesn't matter. You have a point of serious business to discuss with him. He makes sure you're remembering to keep the destructive impulses to a minimum. No more planet exploding or anything like that. You say, yeah. He says, no point in securing power when there's nothing left to rule. You say, God. That's not the point. Lousy, stupid dignitary, all keeping your murderous tendencies in check. He's the most terrible guy you almost kind of didn't despise completely.
April.
Draconian dignitary question mark listen to
Sovereign Slayer.
Sovereign Slayer. You attempt to humor the Sovereign Slayer's demands diplomatically. There's a narrow line to walk between obeying the orders of a clear superior and blindly facilitating a perfectly useless genocide. It takes a very savvy breed of psychopath to pull it off. The Slayer is yapping about some girl, probably one of the young players who could no longer provide any serious threat to your rule, but he wants you to go kill her anyway. You ask why he doesn't go kill her himself. He says it's complicated. This guy, you swear. You tell him you're busy with things that actually matter, like running this kingdom on his behalf and all, levying taxes, oppressing consorts, all the unpleasant chores he would never dirty his snout with. He says this is more important than any of that stuff. You say, fine, just send the droll after her. There's a moment of radio silence. He says, you mean the courtyard droll? He wants to be sure that this is the same droll you're talking about. You say, yeah, what's the problem? He says, you mean the very same droll who couldn't manage the one simple task assigned to him, to steal the White Queen's ring from the very same adoring, wonderful girl and master and friend in question? Wait, he says he just means girl. Just girl. You didn't hear any of that. You don't say anything. He says, fine, you win. Sick the stupid droll on her. What does he care? CD? Contact CD? You hit up the droll. The Slayer was right. This guy is clearly incompetent. Still, the only real objective here is to get him to stop breathing down your neck with his awful dog breath. Looks like the droll's on the battlefield. He says he is still looking for the Queen's ring. He says he made a new friend to help him with his search. but it is terribly breezy on this planet, and his new friend keeps blowing around, making the search more difficult. He says, thank goodness he is not wearing one of his finer hats. It would be just dreadful trying to keep it on his head in such weather. You say you don't care about any of that stuff, and tell him to shut up.
Courtyard Droll. Listen to Draconian Dignitary. The Dignitary is one of your superiors who makes you nervous. The list of superiors who makes you nervous, in fact, includes all of your superiors. It includes many of your inferiors as well. He tells you to forget the ring. You failed your mission, and you are never going to find it. There is a new mission. You say, oh? He says, yeah. And let go of the goddamn rabbit! You say, okay, but don't actually let go. You say you will be happy to begin the new mission very soon, but first there is this pretty blue tornado ahead you are meaning to investigate. Perhaps other locals it has attracted will know something about the ring. He says, for the love of God, will you forget about the tornado and the ring? You don't say anything, and look longingly at the tornado again. He says, fine, if you really must examine a meaningless and extraordinarily dangerous exhibit of meteorological phenomena, then go ahead, but be ready to embark on the mission not a moment later. You say, alright, and wonder what you should do to prepare. He asks if you have a good winter hat. You nearly drop the radio in excitement.
Wait. There. Now that these wheels are in motion, you can put your mind at ease for a while. You find nothing quite so troubling as the intrusion of a positive emotion. You are momentarily afforded the peace of mind to resume a dull, quiet life of semi-restrained murder. Maybe you will wait here and see if the boy shows up. It's reasonable to assume he will seek these adults. Certainly easier to let him come to you than follow an untraceable scent. Or maybe you will take a look inside this castle. Perhaps there are survivors here fit for the offing? You guess that could serve. So, amusement. You wonder if it will always be like this. What sort of future does a new god have to look forward to? Will this malaise follow you for eternity? Will you be perpetually tempted to destroy everything you see, knowing that in just a few moments of recklessness you will be left with nothing else to destroy forever? What will eternity feel like when a single moment of boredom feels like an eternity unto itself? You wish you could consult the clouds for answers, but they never show you anything. The reckoning can't wipe this place out soon enough. Be future Jack Noir. I'm getting a phone call. Hold up.
Hello, Kevin's phone caller.
Reminds me of The Hunt.
What doesn't remind you of the hunt?
The Hunt. Pink. It's a mixture of white and red. It's so feminine. La 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 la. The world go round. The thing that you do is get them dandelions and I'll give them to you. Can't help but notice that Kevin has a phone call. There must be something to be done about this. Why am I unstable? April, am I real?
Um, well, in what sense?
Is my internet working?
I can hear you.
My average stream bitrate is too high. What? Isn't that
Do
like
you
the
want to
opposite of
connect
the
with...
problem?
Hey, Ubrant, let's connect on Discord. What's your Discord username, Ubrant?
Probably row white 267, I imagine.
Huh.
Do you think Do you think I should like set up my Twitch enough that the $60 that have been saved up from random bit donations can be mine instead of just existing in my account?
Terrible idea. I think Twitch mailed my parents a check a few months back.
That's good.
Because I set it up when I still lived there.
Paying your dues. You've given me at least $5 from highlighting messages.
Um, those cost channel points, actually.
No, my bad. I'll have to do this.
Okay, I sent row white 267 a friend request.
Why? It's almost certainly a bot.
Well, they wanted to let's sometimes play together and share tips together. What if they
About
have Homestuck?
Homestuck?
Yeah, what if they have Homestuck tips I wouldn't otherwise have heard?
Oh boy, sweet Homestuck tips to up your Homestuck gameplay. You're streaming my favorite game of all time. Oh boy. Something something.
What?
Scam bot. I don't know. Hi, hello.
Are
Hello.
we being future Jack Noir?
Hold up, I need to pop your chat out.
What?
Cause there are
Now, what if
No,
Kevin
there aren't.
misses the
He's not.
let's
They're
sometimes
not.
play together and
They're
share
not
tips
real.
together? Let's
And if
connect
they
our
want to
Discord.
reveal themselves to be fake Kevin secretly, then I'll accept.
be future Jack Noir. You are now future Jack Noir. Presently, you are trapped in a single moment, which increasingly feels like an eternity. Your boredom is surpassed only by your all-consuming rage and contempt for existence itself. Hours ago, you entered an unfamiliar session. You killed 1,000 robotic assailants. You destroyed
You
12
killed 1,000 robo salads.
You destroyed 12 planets with ease, methodically and cyclically, and like a single stained hand of a defective clock smearing each number it passes. You reduced Prospit and Durst to dust. You murdered a whole bunch of alien kids in yellow and purple pajamas. Your warpath of absolute devastation had only begun to be blazed. There were still miles and bloody miles to send forth, but when the dust of Durst settled, this infuriating fairy appeared out of thin air and froze you in time. But she can't keep you like this forever, and when she finally lets you go, you will be ready. What will you do? Aside from nothing, that is. Wait. You attempt to be patient. You fail miserably.
Well, Jack Noir, when is it going to be my line?
That is your line.
No, it's not Aradia that's being Aradia. It's a Jack Noir that's being Aradia.
I guess that's kind of true. I think it is
The
the opposite of how
Aradia!
we've handled that line every other time, though.
You are now the Maid of Time, recently resurrected from the Crypt of Durs. Your name is Aradia Megiddo, and for the first time in your life, you feel truly alive. You have just incapacitated Jack Noir with a spell, but a demon so powerful requires your full concentration to subdue. He will break free at any moment. You may release him and die now, or you may continue to hold him and die later. What will you do? Aside from die, that is. Release him. You're done with dying. Soon, friends will arrive. They will need your help. Whose memory is this? It appears to be yours. At least that's how it begins. Enter Bubble. Wait a minute. This is not specifically your memory. It's hers.
Question mark?
I agree, question mark.
Indiana Aradia.
Aradia Jones, if you will.
The weird the weird gender bent version.
Why is John's dad's wallet inside Lil Cal?
No, don't worry. You remember the
And so
gag
that-
about how Aradia's laptop was the Crosby top that John
Look,
was using?
it was bothering me for so long. I was ranting about this reading Homestuck, like Act 5, Act 1, to another friend who knows Homestuck, and I was like, how is Aradia's laptop that? Wherever, like, what's up with that? And it was bothering me for so long, so I'm glad to finally get closure.
Aradia, report discovery. Apocalypse Arisen began trolling Twin Armageddons. Solix,
Hey, what's up, AA?
you'll never guess what I just found.
Won't I?
I doubt it.
Was it the Matsing Ruins site?
Yes. How did you know?
I don't know, that's a weird feeling. I feel like we've had this conversation before, and that's what it was about.
Yeah, me too. What do you think it means?
Probably nothing. But now not only does it feel like we've had this conversation before, but it's going differently this time. So it's extra weird. Maybe your voices are involved?
I don't know, maybe. And maybe yours are too?
I don't hear a goddamn thing. Do you?
Wait. Yes. She's very quiet, though. I can't tell what she's saying.
Oh well. Why don't we pretend there is no spooky paranormal phenomena going on just once and talk about what you wanted to talk about?
Good idea. Okay, do you remember what we talked about regarding Kanaya's ruins?
Sorta?
I asked you for help in understanding the glyphs.
I guess.
Ugh. Are you just being difficult, or do you really not remember?
I guess I don't find the whole mystery of the ruins as exciting as you, okay?
Well, obviously, but I really appreciate your help anyway.
Sir, how can I help then?
Well, you said that you'd need another set of glyphs to make sense of them. You speculated that there might be another set of ruins. You even guessed that they would be blue. It turns out you were right. Don't you think that is pretty cool?
Yeah, I'm awesome about that for sure. But I can't fake the feeling these ruins are going to be nothing but trouble for us.
But you say that about everything.
That's because it's fucking true about everything.
No, it's not. I did find some other neat things down here too, which are strange but quite harmless and not foreboding in the least.
Like what?
Like this amazing hat. It is an authentic archaeologist's hat. It's so hard to find them in this style. There are no hornholes, but I love it anyway. It's great.
Pretty 3-day, eh? Hey, didn't you also find some bits and pieces of your bizarre robot doppelganger?
I wasn't going to tell you about that. Damn it, how did you know?
I don't know, I just remembered some more shit about this discovery. God, sorry.
This is stupid.
Yeah, well, I guess this is the kind of shit you have to deal with when two psychics talk to each other about stuff.
Maybe.
Why don't we pick this up again later when we're not feeling so weird?
Well, okay. Apocalypse Arisen began trolling Twin Armageddons, and Apocalypse Arisen. Ahem. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to give you both a chance to remember, but it doesn't look like this is going anywhere.
What the fuck?
Wow, what? Is it coming back yet?
Is what coming back? Who are you? Whoa, hold on. Why am I talking like you suddenly?
Fuck. Why am I blue now?
Because you're a Radiobot.
Oh, this is a memory in a dream bubble. That's right.
Oh, that doesn't really answer my question, but okay.
You changed your voice because you remembered, like I did,
Remembered what?
that I died. This is my memory and also hers. I went on to become the robot whose remains are in this crater, whereas she did not. I don't actually know her story or how she got here, but for me this was the end of the road. This is the afterlife.
Well, shit. So then I guess I'm dead too?
Nope. You're just asleep. You're also blind.
Holy shit, I can't see.
Yes, that's what being blind means.
How awesome. Way to be awesomely sympathetic to my terrible new problem, AA.
Solix, will you shut up and stop being so tragic for once? You knew this was going to happen. Your prophecies of personal doom were practically all you ever talked about. I think you were looking forward to this, honestly. She's right.
I can't believe this. It's almost as if I'm getting double teamed. Damn, that didn't feel right at all. I think I might have to retire the whole bifurcation gimmick, puns and all. Actually, that's kind of a relief. Maybe you're right. I'm feeling better about this already.
Great. You should be able to relax now that you've been released from the curse of your vision twofold, just like you said you'd be. You are now merely doomed.
Oh. That's awesome.
Being doomed isn't that bad. I spent most of my life that way, remember? At least you have the luxury of understanding. And the best part about being doomed is you only have to put up with it until you die. That's the spirit. Actually, I guess I don't have to keep talking like I'm doomed anymore, do I? Nope.
This is so weird. What am I listening to here? Oh, fuck, I cannot believe I just made that face. God damn it. Oh, also, why the fuck are my teeth missing?
I don't know.
Okay, well, great. Glad we got to the fucking bottom of that mystery. Mystery. Man, I can't even lisp anymore if I try. Please don't laugh. I can tell you're both enjoying this. I can smell it using my new blind guy nose powers.
Really?
No, not literally. I was joking. I mean, not yet. Maybe I'll ask TZ about it when I wake up, though. Hey, what was that noise?
What noise?
I think someone else is here.
Oh, it's Jade.
Jade, what the fuck?
Who's Jade? She's one of the humans we met after you died. Okay, I guess I'm out of the loop on chronology for once. That's fine, he'll catch up.
Hey guys, I hope I'm not interrupting.
So why is Solix doomed anyway?
He's the Mage of Doom.
You got it.
That's how he is. Well, yeah, you kind of were. Sort of a reunion of close departed friends going on here, but no big deal, I guess. Oh no, I can leave!
No, don't. Solix, try to be polite. There's no reason at all for you to feel hostile toward them anymore. Jade is very nice and she did nothing wrong. None of them did. So when you wake up, maybe you should try to reconcile with them, or at the very least just say hello.
Did you?
Did I what?
Be nice to them or whatever before you exploded.
Well, no, but I should've. I did with you before I left, didn't I?
I guess so.
This is awkward. Shush you. What actually happened after I died? It sounds complicated. It is. I'll get you up to speed, I promise, but guys, come on, let's not scare away our guest. Okay, then I'll shut up. I think one already is saying things is more than enough, probably.
You can say that again. But I mean, don't say it again literally, because that's kind of the whole point and would completely contradict.
Oh my god, shut up.
It's okay, I can take another nap later when you guys aren't busy.
No, Jade, it's okay. Please stay. I'm curious about why you are here.
Well, I've just been enjoying these little naps more and more lately. Each time I go to sleep, I meet more new people and learn so much. But I still can't get Carcat to take a nap. Boy, talk about a guy who is anti-nap. Yeah, what a douche. Seriously, he's the douchiest of Krabby Crabs who ever douched a big douchey crab. Oh. But yeah, it's been fun. I should really thank Pfeffery again for setting it up so we can meet like this. Wait, FF is here? Yep. Oh god, why didn't that occur to me? Where is she? Uh, probably in another bubble. But you'll find her, maybe during your next nap. Well, shit, why can't I just go glove around out there in the ring and find her now? I mean, aside from the fact that I'm blind and completely useless.
Navigating between bubbles is difficult here. It's better to drift between them naturally as they intersect. Not spatially, but through common points in memory. To navigate the furthest spring, you have to have mastered the flow of time. That is why I am here. I am alive again, so I may assist the dead in this way.
Huh? Huh.
Jade, tell me, have you seen me here before? I mean, me dressed like I am now, wearing my godhood.
Yeah, you were really nice and helpful. Wait, what? You're wearing a godhood? Why didn't you tell me that? What gives? Or that you came back to life?
Can't believe it's called a fucking godhood. I'm wearing a hood and have butterfly wings. What else would you like to know?
Man, being blind is dumb. Can I, like, grope you or something to get up to date on your appearance? Would that be weird?
Yes, Solix, that would probably be pretty weird.
I think your outfit looks so cute. I love your wings, too.
Thank you. Your outfit is quite spiffy too. I like that skirt a lot, especially. Is that a skirt?
Am not sure. Rolling my eyes is what I would be doing if that were possible. Hey, come on, you were making a point.
Yes, okay. You see, those encounters you had with me before have not happened for me yet because I've only just arrived. Time follows strange paths here, as does space. If you travel a great enough distance, you may discover you are also traveling either backwards or forwards in time as well. Just as if you stay in one place for too long, the geometry of space surrounding you will become unreliable. You may swat the air to your left and discover you have just slapped yourself. The only way to make sense of it is to understand either property very well. And since I am new here, I have some learning to do just like everyone else. But I do know one thing.
What?
I knew that the first bubble I would enter would be an important one for us to visit.
What's so important about it?
Hang on, we're moving on to a new memory. Hold that thought. It is important because it will help us begin to understand why we are all here.
What do you mean, why we're all here? You mean in the afterlife? That's easy. Because she's asleep, she's dead, you're alive, and I'm blind. Couldn't be simpler.
No, not why we are in this bubble now, but why we all exist in the first place and why we all went on this adventure together.
Oh, that.
There is much to understand, and I believe it all begins with one sequence of events. Watching will help those who've passed to understand the purpose of their sacrifice, and those still living to understand what must be done to complete the journey still ahead. We will let the memories lead the way. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's allow the next memory to take shape. I believe it is Kanaya's. I will reprise my role in a conversation I had with her shortly after I discovered the ruins. Everybody hide and try not to spoil it for her until she remembers. Hey, Kanaya, there's something I want to give you.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's something very odd I found when I discovered the ruins the other night. I don't know what its archaeological significance is yet, but I suspect you'll be able to repair it.
This is a dream, isn't it?
Wow! Wow, you figured that out very fast.
It seemed obvious. Either I'm sleeping or I'm dead, which is it?
Oh, I'm sure you're alive. You're unconscious now and will likely wake up as your new self very soon.
My new self.
Yes, you are undergoing a metamorphosis, which you have been groomed for since you were very young. Much like I was from my various personal iterations, including this one.
You mean being a ghost and then a frog and then a robot and then a fairy?
Yes, but it sure sounds silly when you list them all like that.
Kind of. What do you mean we've been groomed?
Well, that is what we are about to find out, if you will oblige us by continuing with this memory.
Okay. What do I do?
Why don't we go through this conversation again to the best of our recollection? But I guess rather than acting it out, we can just talk about it the old-fashioned way.
What was what we were attempting before not old-fashioned?
I have no idea.
It seems to me the nature of the afterlife is probably very old-fashioned. Maybe even the most old-fashioned a thing can get.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Yes, then. This was when you were about to give me that unusual gift from the ruins.
Yes, and then I had Solix deliver the pieces to you so you could stitch it back up. Solix, that is your cue. Come out and play the part.
So we don't have to hide anymore.
No, of course not. Obviously, the jig is up. Everyone can come out now.
Yay! So, like, okay, so I'm supposed to act out what I did before, when I brought her these shitty doll parts? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, I'm still not sure, Aradia. Are we supposed to be role-playing?
No, guys, come on. This isn't that complicated. We're just revisiting the past just like we would if we were talking about it. But it just so happens we can watch it happen as we talk about it. And as a matter of fact, this story does involve a role playing game, but not in that way.
This is kind of stupid.
You're stupid and you sound stupid.
Holy shit, I vote for. Why the fuck am I vote for the spirits?
I don't know. But you may be waking up soon.
Okay, great. So I will reach the rest of this cool feeling. Okay.
Maybe not if we hurry this along.
Wait, before we do. Hi, Kanaya. It's nice to meet you. Hi, Jade. What is that thing you're wearing? You don't like it? No, I didn't mean to sound disapproving, but I do think more colorful apparel suits you better. Yes, I know you told me. I did. Yes, but you probably haven't yet. Not from your perspective. I could not help but overhear you're asleep now. You told me all about what happened after you woke up. About what? About how you turned into a vampire. What's a vampire? This is ridiculous.
Solix is right. I mean Solix. Can I tell us what happened next?
There isn't much to say. I repaired the doll and made him a nice outfit, with a far more becoming palette and fit than the absurd tatters he was found in. I thought, at least.
Yes?
Uh, should there be anything else to this story?
Not really.
Isn't that Dave's puppet?
Yes.
Oh shit, I guess I'm over here.
Bye, Solix.
See you later, everybody. Anyway, that is all I can remember. I quickly began to find the doll unnerving, so I put him away. To my knowledge, he has remained secure in my block ever since. Is he relevant in some way? Guys, why do you have Dave's puppet? What is going on here? Yes, Aradia, it seems you have some foreknowledge of this narrative. Maybe you can tell us why any of this is important?
This is only a piece of the story. The other pieces will fall into place with successive memories and it will all become clear. But yes, alright, I will eliminate some suspense and try to serve as a better guide on this tour through the catacombs of our collective subconscious. The separate tunnels we once traveled in the dark as individuals, we now retrace together with a torch. On the walls, we illuminate the runes which describe a convoluted origin story, an origin we participated in. We were spurred to these actions by that which was originated, and incited to acts of revenge as we were turned against each other.
God, are you ready?
Nope. I don't remember this. I mean, I remember getting jumped off the cliff by my legs, but not the thing I'm doing now.
No, our manipulator disguised his tracks well.
Do I have to lie on the floor like this? Is that important?
No, Tavros, you can get up.
Also, can we, or at least I, be not in this memory? Because it's one that's not as great as most.
We will leave it soon, but you are doing something very important here.
What was I doing?
Writing a part of the code.
Ah, yes.
The code.
TikTok.
The,
I
the
could just
genetic
tick.
code for Doc Scratch, I guess.
An incomplete fragment consisting of 4 symbols, comprising the first word of a binary refrain. A pair of sounds emerging from the belly of a fabled tyrant's menace. But you offered only one sound of the pair. I would write the other.
Talk.
In the suit of my ruined hive, I scrawled my part of the code, completing the phrase of the legend, the persisting sound said to accompany the ultimate demise of the tyrant, Lesson Armin and I. But even these 8 characters, the scrawlings of charge, were still but half the code. There was another half by Scourge in 2 parts. One part, 3 symbols, and the other 5. Why the scale was tipped in this way between sisters, I cannot say.
Hick talk. Break heads.
Each fragment would be transcribed in our rulebooks, sealing the collaboration between Rustbloods and Bluebloods, completing the code for our session's architect. Not exactly. There was another fragment. Oh? Yes, an additional 8 symbols from a wild card, I suppose. It came from a timeline not meant to happen, the one I came from to ensure it wouldn't, thus sealing my fate. I believe the fragment was gibberish from a lunatic after completing his rampages through our session. Since it was not part of the scripted chronology, I was oblivious until it was too late to stop it. Not that it would matter if the timeline had already gone astray. I pieced together what had happened by sleuthing the various scenes. And discovered the text which the code was recorded in. I decided to return to the Alpha timeline with the text, as evidence for his madness, I guess. In the Alpha timeline, this text was destroyed in an explosion caused by a computer virus. This explosion did not take place on my timeline. I identified this event as the difference prompting the offshoot, and returned to our planet via the Reckoning, just as I did at the end of my life. Though that time deliberately. To influence the events quietly to make sure it happened, and later joined the rest of our doomed selves to help defeat the king. The others surely had similar responsibilities along the way. As for the book, I lost track of it shortly after I entered. Yes, we all lost track of our books.
So for those keeping track, there's pieces from Team Charge and the Scourge Sisters, as well as pieces from an offshoot Gamzee who went insane.
I no longer think this is the formula for Doc Scratch.
Did our Gamzee not go insane?
He went insane differently.
Not during the session.
They were gathered surreptitiously by agents assigned to the task. And in the Veil, their codes were merged with the ghost imprints of other mysterious artifacts. Our first Guardian was brought to life on the Seed to pass through Skaya's final gate of defense. The first to find Alternia.
So, for those
He's
keeping track,
Scratch.
it's those 5 gave the genetic code, and then a magic cue ball and Lil Cal. That's who Doc Scratch is!
God. He's Scratch. You once again try to be Doc Scratch and fail spectacularly. You can't be him no matter how hard you try. It is impossible. In fact, I think it would be for the best if I commandeered the narrative completely for a while. I trust you won't mind if I speak in white. It's not actually negotiable, but as a courtesy, I will enclose my words between a pair of visually audible brackets. I'm doing this because I can. Oh. I am also doing it because I'm expecting a guest to arrive shortly. This should enable me to show the man the sort of hospitality he deserves, while doing the same for you. My apartment doesn't have a doorbell. Why would an omniscient fellow need to be alerted by the presence of a visitor? I know he will be right on time, which is to say, early. And if I did have a doorbell, you would have just witnessed it ring. He is already here. Oh.
Stop saying, oh, like you're fucking Lil Miss Reeds in Rhythm Heaven.
My door is not fitted with a peephole either. Those without eyes or without limits to their knowledge have no need for peeping, and I am without either. I have never once peeped at or through something, and I doubt I ever will. Apertures built into physical surfaces to reveal what's hidden behind them are for those with particular handicaps. They are for those lacking advanced vision to render the opaque permeable to light, or those lacking advanced knowledge to render the concealed information irrelevant, or both. They are for people who I call suckers. I know the identity of anyone who stands behind this door, even in those cases where I have not extended an invitation to the visitor personally. Pardon me while I let Jack inside. Did you not believe it would be Jack? Who else would it be? Someone who would have suspected anyone else as a person I would also describe as a sucker. Hee hee, who? Hello, Slick. Won't you please and...
Do you believe we get to find out what happened after Midnight Crew?
Oh, for heaven's sake. Jack. Stop it. Jack. Slick. Which would you prefer I call you? It's one of the strange points of uncertainty which surrounds you. Maybe it is that you don't particularly care. Your flair is for the plain and serviceable, isn't it? Not much of your vanity is tied up in a name, I'd guess. Not going to tell me? Fine. I won't tell you my name either. Well, I might. If you would just show some manners and stop hitting me with that ridiculous horse hitcher. I won't crack no matter how senseless the drubbing. If only it were that simple. You're not going to stop, are you? It will be very difficult to discuss our points of mutual interest like this. I was prepared to go about it in a civilized way, even though I knew very well I would spend the first several minutes of our meeting sitting on the floor while being flogged. I have even prepared a bowl of candy for you, which I know you will enjoy. Courtesy is important, Jack. Do you have anything to say at all? Any form of communication you care to attempt beyond the sound iron makes against my head repeatedly? No, of course not. What's this? I see. You think you already know my name. You do not know my real name, Jack, just as none of your adversaries on this planet know yours. You only know my nickname. It's a good nickname, too, befitting of the passive gunslinger charged with initiating the break. I am my master's weapon, a soldier in a war of one bullet fired. But when that bullet clears the barrel, it won't be my finger on the trigger. I'm a facilitator, not an assassin. Here,
Yo,
Jack.
Roll White 267 accepted my Discord friend request.
I'll
They
bet
say
they
they
did.
get more than 5k followers and views, and they started streaming January.
Here,
Can you just send an
Jack.
image of like the puffball with the earmuffs or whatever?
Yeah, sure.
In fact, I have it. Do you want it?
I no, I got it.
Okay. Good. Did
Okay,
we
sorry
write
for
this
the
page?
interruption.
No, I didn't. Jack, why don't you go help yourself to some candy over there on the table? There is something I need to take care of before we continue. I won't be long. Yes, good. Placate yourself with the Scotty dog, Slick. My supply is bottomless. I am an excellent host. When I am finished with this minor interruption, we will resume our gentlemanly negotiation. I will proceed to beat you severely until you agree to do what I ask. I trust you won't take it personally. Now please excuse me. I have to talk to a teenage girl from another universe. Be teenage girl from another universe.
Up and at 'em.
You cannot be a teenage girl from another universe because you are too busy being a teenage girl from this universe. You are busy being Rose Lalonde, completely preoccupied with it, in fact. So preoccupied you've been neglecting messages from some of your friends who are trying to contact you. But you have a lot of important stuff to do. You will get back to them later. Pester informant. It's quite warm here on Lohawk. I think I've been patient enough. When will I receive further instructions? Now. So, I could have contacted you at any time? No, only now. I came with the impression from our last conversation that our next world would take place on your invitation. Next would. I was being polite by waiting. Your inevitable impatience caused you to contact me again. Inevitability is my invitation. That's pretty smug. I am right to be smug. I am omniscient, extremely powerful, and very charming. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Can you use your limitless intelligence to figure out which ones I mean? That was clever. If I plead ignorance to the fact that you are denying my charisma, it invalidates my claim of omniscience. But if I must adhere to my all-knowing status, it forces me to validate the unfortunate reality that you are feigning the opinion that my demeanor is unpalatable. Not that it matters, because I have all 3 qualities, and you know it. This is stupid! Can we just get to the point? Yes, I was about to say, we should hurry this along. My visitor is beginning to set things on fire. You have a visitor? Who? Some guy. I was joking anyway. I'm not in a hurry at all. You tell jokes? Yes. Aha! Ha! So, your visitor isn't setting anything on fire then? Oh, he most definitely is. Hee hee. I'm not really getting this joke. I was joking about being in a hurry. From my perspective, this conversation is taking place in less than 1 second. I type very quickly. Who? I thought you didn't lie. Aren't jokes essentially humorous lies? At least, those like the one you just attempted? Jokes are only temporary lies. If the falsehood is never exposed, there is no punchline. If the punchline is never delivered, the lie is sealed forever, regardless of the initial humorous intent. Lies are not funny. I think if you're going to risk tarnishing your record of honesty, you should probably get better material. My joke was objectively funny. Who would know better than I? Okay, so you're saying an inaccurate statement doesn't count as a lie so long as you say, just kidding later. Basically. What if it's much later? Is it still just a joke? No, that would be something closer to a prank. I don't play pranks very often. Are you allowed to lie about playing pranks? If I asked you if you were playing a prank on me, would you tell the truth? I am allowed to do whatever I want. I choose to never lie. I also choose to tell jokes now and then, and to play pranks quite sparingly. But I can say I have never played a prank on you, and no statement I have made to you thus far, or will make in this conversation, will contain any trace of falsehood for the sake of setting up a joke or a prank, with the exception of the joke I just made, and another one I will make very soon.
That's so unhelpful.
Joss?
God. These two voices couldn't be any more different. Switching them between them is giving me whiplash. I am starting to change my mind. Oh? Yes. I think your joke was funny in retrospect, actually. Your whole stick is pretty good. I'm warming up to it. Yes, I knew it. Just to be clear, was the assurance that you made a prank just made a prank or a joke? It was neither. It was the truth. Was that? Yes. The truth? Yes. Okay. Were you serious about wanting to die? Yes. Why? I'll tell you later. Why? Because you asked. But why not now? Because that piece of information would not fit elegantly into the sequence of our exchange at this moment. Then you know how this entire conversation will go. Yes. Is that true of all conversations you have? Yes, until briefly. I don't. But the dark spots never last long. The truth disguises itself to me sometimes, which can be mildly frustrating, but it usually reveals itself quickly, much as if a punchline was delivered. It's a humorous dialogue I have with reality, and it is very amusing. Then, why do you bother with conversations? Obligation to predestination, as usual? There is no obligation. It's a pleasure. It is? I've always had a soft spot for young ladies. That's a little creepy. No, it is not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It kind of is. I have looked into the future and determined that we would continue in this manner pointlessly for some time, so I am putting an end to it here. That doesn't make much sense. Was that the other joke? Yes. Good one. Thank you. How young are the ladies you typically take a shining to? And does this mean you are attracted to me? Suddenly, this conversation is kind of terrible. Of course, I am not in the way you mean, and anyway, you are applying standards of conduct frowned upon for your kind, which make no sense to apply to me. I am an immortal entity with a large cue ball for a head, and no biological means of reproduction. Really? Also, if you were millions of years old, you would find that nearly every lady you encounter is quite young, relatively speaking. There should be no reason for you to feel uncomfortable with this interaction. Try to think of me as one of your kindly human uncle figures. In fact, if I were in your presence now, I would offer you candy to prove it. Oh my god! What? Can we talk about the scratch instead of this? Yes. You are situated near the game construct supplied by your session for causing the scratch. Yes. Are you actually asking? No, that was a fact and then a question mark. Ah, well, yes, I am. It's a large plateau shaped like a record. It's called the Beat Mesa. I know. Is the game construct different in other sessions? Yes. It will always be an edifice of similarly cryptic design located on the planet that is home to the hero of time. Its environment dictates the nature of its construction. Its power is dangerous, and it is meant to be utilized only in emergencies such as yours. You mean in sessions where victory is no longer possible? Yes. Due to creating an unstoppable adversary who triggers the reckoning prematurely? Is that sort of emergency common? No. Failure is common, but the composition of yours is quite atypical. Okay, then it's like a panic button for players to push once they realize the cause is lost. Yes, but causing the scratch is not an easy task either. The construct must be destroyed in a very specific way to release its energy. The keeper of my ectobiological father began the process. It must be finished.
Doc Scratch has an ectobiological
Yes, we're
father.
Yes, Lil Cal.
So this, so this explain. This has to do with when Dave stabbed the
You
the
keep
turntable.
calling Bro Dave for some reason.
Bro Schreider stabbed the turntable, and then Squiddles happened
In
for
Descend?
a moment.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is where Bro and Jack fought in Descend.
God, that was like we were some. You can't just put shit like that in Descend and then like not explain what the fuck it was. That oh my god, this fucking comic.
The Guardian of the Night of Time. Dave's bro. Yes. How do I finish it? You don't. Not you personally. Another will. You have something more important to attend to, remember? Oh, right, the green. Wait. The green sun. Yes. I planned to take care of that later once John had retrieved the tumor.
That was Doc
Whatever.
Scratch saying that.
Oh, well, same thing, regardless.
No, he wouldn't.
Fine. Fine! Let me say that in a Doc Scratch voice.
There you go.
Whatever. Your plan will have to change. You aren't ready to cause the scratch yet. Like I said, it's difficult. What will the one who does it have to do? I should let them know. He will have to scratch the surface of the plateau across its full diameter. I see. This terminology can be very literal sometimes. You will require a certain needle to create a breach in the surface that will be adequate. I have needles. Your needles won't suffice. Then, where do I get the ones that will? Again, you won't. This task is out of your hands. The needles must be acquired from the denizen of the Witch of Space. Her quills are very large and potent. They will be able to cause the scratch. This really seems more elaborate than you led me to believe. I didn't lead you to believe anything. I told you to find the construct and await advisement on the scratch. The plans you were making were based on assumptions and fabrications of your imagination. You are writing more stories much like those about your false magical men. I wish what I'd written in my private journals could be confined to your dark spots. I don't. I find your stories entertaining. You're being creepy again. No, I'm not. Besides, the White King agrees with me. What? For a seer, your vision of events surrounding you is rather limited. It's charming. Just please stop congratulating me.
That's not
No.
what that says.
That's his complimenting.
Whatever.
It's not even close, honestly.
Fine. Then please at least try to sound more sarcastic when you do it. Oh, sure, I'm really going to do that. Yes, very likely. Then the scratch will be implemented later by either John or Dave, I presume. You used a male pronoun. Yes. I guess it makes sense it would happen later. My understanding is that Jack will not be banished from the session until near the end of the reckoning. Yes, Jack will exit your session later, but this has nothing to do with the scratch. Not directly, as you imply. I don't understand. I thought the point of the scratch is to open a rift in space-time, as it were, and banish him into the troll session. No, that is not the purpose of the scratch at all. The scratch does not open a rift in space-time. Then why have you directed me to cause it? Does it have something to do with enabling you to die? No, not directly. The scratch has nothing more to do with my death than any other single event untimely contributing to my demise. I think it's disingenuous for you to behave as if I have not been misled. You say you don't lie, but what about lies of omission? Lies of omission do not exist. The concept is a very human one. It is the product of your story writing again. You have written a story about the truth, making emotional demands of it, and, in particular, of those in possession of it. Your demands are based on a feeling of entitlement to the facts, which is very childish. You can never know all of the facts. Only I can. And since it's impossible for me to reveal all facts to you, it is my discretion alone that decides which facts will be revealed in the finite time we have. If I do not volunteer information you deem critical to your fate, it possibly means I am a scoundrel, but does not mean that I am a liar, and it certainly means you did not ask the right questions. One can make either true statements or false statements about reality. All of the statements I make are true. Unless you're joking. Yes. Exactly. Then I guess I'll just start asking better questions. Good. I will make a seer of you yet. Will you? Yes. You can start by shoring up the reliability of your sources. You proceeded to question me, believing you understood the purpose of the scratch. You received your information about it from trolls. I assure you that in most ways the trolls are as confused about everything as you are. Okay, noted. What exactly does the scratch do then? It resets the game. Oh, that's it? Yes. Then we all start from the beginning again when John entered? No, the release of temporal energy will be quite massive. This is a hard reset. It will reboot the conditions in your universe well before you began playing the game. You will have lived Oh no. You will have lived different lives after the reset. The different initial conditions will ideally lead to a more favorable scenario in the new session. Unfortunately, you will have no memory of anything that has happened in the session you are in now. I don't like this suddenly. So, I've never liked amnesia plotlines ever. Second of all, I remember a whole bunch of nonsense you said a long time ago, Hoppy, about, I don't know, but this is suddenly making more sense about, like, Human Session V2. I don't remember what you said, but I see. What will happen to us? Everyone in this session now? You will all cease to exist completely if you remain here during the scratch. This seems familiar. It reminds me when Dave and I were trapped in the Doom timeline and he left to change the past. The timeline ceased to exist along with my dream self, who, in a way, became merged with my dream self of this timeline. I kept some of her memories. Is the situation similar? Similar, but more severe, since this timeline will undergo such a violent upheaval, such a merger of memory cannot happen. You will be resigned to absolute oblivion, unless you can discover a way to preserve yourselves. But it's not really my place to advise you on that. After you have dealt with the scratch and the sun, what happens to you is not any of my business. And so this is why they open a portal to the troll dimension, to preserve themselves from the scratch, and that just so happens to also let Jack through. Gotcha! Then, can you at least tell me if we will be successful in preserving ourselves after the reset? I don't particularly enjoy spoiling things for people when unnecessary. I find speaking in a discreet color helps avoid this.
Is that why he does it?
Or he's telling a joke. Who can tell?
So, if the scratch isn't specifically meant to banish Jack from the session, and our quest to destroy the sun is meant to kill him, why is the reset necessary at all? Especially if it means oblivion for us. Because you cannot achieve the ultimate reward in this session. Your battlefield is cancerous, and the reckoning will destroy it prematurely regardless. By resetting, you will create a session which can bear the fruit of a new universe, even if you will not be the ones to claim the reward. Don't you want to fulfill your purpose? I guess. But it's a little disheartening to learn I'm now faced with not one, but two suicide missions at once. One to destroy Jack's power source and defend all of existence, and another to ensure our cosmic progeny, at the price of oblivion. That frames the dual objectives accurately, but if you are inventive, you may find a way to survive the reset and participate in the renewed session. It's up to you, just as it's up to you to face the decision to claim immortality before you enter your creation. Immortality? Yes. Do you mean ascending to the god tier? Yes. I have reason to believe that I won't. The trolls have not indicated I will die on my quest bed, or that any of us will, aside from John. Instead, I've been given a more troubling and ambiguous forecast. What have I said about confirming the reliability of your sources? Are you saying I will? No. Oh. Well, will I? It seems you'd like me to do some more fortune-telling. Maybe this question will suit you better. Is it probable? That's a strange question to ask someone who is omniscient and therefore knows outcomes with 100% certainty. I like it. Then, what's your answer? You have exactly a 50% chance of ascending to the god tier. It either happens or it doesn't. That's a strange answer. I know. Why such a precise probability? Because, much like the decisions you must face to complete your dual suicide missions, you have two ways of achieving godhood to choose from. Two ways? By dying on the quest blade on my planet, and some other way. Yes. Is there another quest bed somewhere? Yes. Good guess, Seer. Where? What difference does it make? You already know where the first one is. You have the choice to go there right now and take your own life. That's true. Of course it is. You mentioned immortality. Godhood makes one immortality. Yes. A god
Really?
tier.
You know, godhood makes one immortality. Only one, though.
God tier will live forever with no caveats. No, one will live forever unless killed. The death must be either heroic or just. How are those terms defined? Broadly, mysteriously, and according to the case of the individual, one may be killed by opposing a corrupt adversary and die for a just cause, as though martyrdom, for instance. This would be heroic. Or one may be subject to corruption and slain by a hero. This would be just. Which sort of death will you have when I destroy the sun? Neither. I'm not a god. I'm a guardian, a servant, and a weapon. I have power and knowledge far surpassing a god, but I am not one. Is this when you're going to tell me why you want to die? Yes. I sense it's not just because you're getting bored with immortality. That's good. Your vision is becoming clearer. Then why? My master cannot enter this universe until I am killed. Such is the nature of the break. That almost sounds like martyrdom. Are you sure it won't be a hero's death? Quite sure. My master is a very evil man. Who is he? I won't tell you his name, but he goes by the title Lord English.
Don't do that for Lord English.
Okay, well, how do you want me to pronounce Lord English?
Normally.
He goes by the title of Lord English.
What's his name?
I know his name.
I'm pretty sure that Lord English is just ascended Jack Noir from the Human Session. That's my guess.
Can
This doesn't sound like an especially admirable
carapations ascend?
I mean, Jack ascended when he put on the ring.
Yeah.
Does he put on another ring?
I mean, he's already probably strong enough to be considered Lord English, maybe. I don't know. This doesn't sound like an especially admirable objective. Releasing an evil man who is presumably more powerful than you, an already omnipotent being. Am I right? You are right about both. It is not admirable, and he is considerably more powerful. But you must decide which objective is more important. You may decide to attempt to destroy the sun and end my life. This will neutralize Wait, hold on. Because that neutralize... So, either I'm wrong about who Lord English is, or Doc Scratch is lying out of his arse. This will neutralize Jack, who is also much more powerful and dangerous than myself by virtue of the ring he wears in addition to drawing energy from the same sun as I. He poses a significant threat to reality. But in the process of killing him and you, I release your master, who's just as deadly. He's more deadly. But the danger he poses is sanctioned by paradox space. It is a known quantity. His very existence in a universe will mean it will inevitably be torn apart. But there are rules to his entry, and his grim procession through paradox space is rather orderly. The present equilibrium has accounted for him, and will continue to. Jack, however, is a loose cannon. He will not stop until he destroys something, everything he encounters. Additionally, his existence is your responsibility. Oh, okay, new theory. New theory.
Mm-hmm.
The point of Spurb is to give Lord English something to eat. Theory. Lord English consumes the previous universe, can't enter the new one until the guardian of the new one dies. That's why they're called the Guardian. But the Guardian is made by Lord English to make the universe. And so let's say Lord English is in Trolls universe -1. So
The
then Lord
Squiddles
English.
universe.
So yeah, the Squiddles universe. Lord English
God, I love
consumes the Squiddles
universe.
consumes the Squiddles universe. Doc Scratch dies, enters Trolls universe. Humans create a new universe, and then Beck dies, and Lord English enters Humans universe. But it's fine because the humans made a new universe, and it's just an infinite chain. That's my new theory.
I can't say anything.
Anyway,
You got it exactly right, Captain. Good job.
then I guess I don't have a choice. You do, but also know this. Refusing to venture out to destroy the sun in no way spares anyone from my master regardless. It is certainly true that destroying it will end my life, and it is certainly true that the tumor you will deliver to its location has enough power to destroy it completely. But it is not the only way to kill me. It is simply a way I have suggested to you, which doubles as a way to disarm Jack, should you choose to go through with it. But wait, that my theory can't be right, because destroying the green sun would cause the whole system to go out of... I don't know. Should you choose to go through with it. Instances of myself have spawned in countless universes, and my objective is always the same. I have never once failed to complete this objective, and I never will. There is nothing noble about taking a course of action you believe would prevent his arrival, because that is impossible. He will come. In fact, he is already here. Wait, but then Beck isn't Doc Scratch. Are you saying I will succeed in the mission to destroy the sun? Are you asking for another palm reading? You seem rather keen on acquiring a fortune from me, considering you are the one with the crystal ball. I'm just trying to ask as many questions as I can. It's the only way to find the dark spots in your obstinacy. I've been very helpful, and I will continue to be. I myself do not care to be an oracle, but I can graciously supply you with one. Can you? An eager consort has brought you one of my seeds. It appears you have amassed followers who wish to please you. How fortuitous. Your seeds. The white orb. Oh, the cue ball! How did I not notice this? It will accurately answer any question a curious girl can pose, provided she can see through the surface to read its reply. Is that possible? Is it, Seer? Given your title and all the tools of prognostication at your disposal, it seems to me I should be the one asking you the questions. How can I see through it? It seems you weren't listening, so I will state this again in the form of a question. Don't you think I should be asking the questions from now on? Yes, if you wanted to be disingenuous and irritating. Don't you think a clever person should be able to acquire information from someone who only asks questions? Then it's a challenge. I pass. Do you have a choice? What if I'm feeling a bit stubborn? Okay, so what you mean is I should continue humoring your leading questions until you happen to ask certain rhetorical questions that contain the information I need. Was that a question? That was a fact, and then a period. How does a seer see? With a crystal ball. I already considered that. I don't think I can get the focus of the ball to zoom in tight enough on the cue ball's enclosure to read the answers. How else does she see? By other magical means, I guess. Should I use magic? Do you believe in magic? Magic is real. I've been using it. Are you sure? Use whatever word you want to describe it. I have magic wands, and they are very powerful, and they allow me to be magic. Your questions are silly. What makes you convinced the wands are responsible for your abilities? Because I did not have the abilities before I made them. Could this be circumstantial? Could it? Is there an echo? Is there an echo? Hee hee. I don't know what you're getting at. How about another leading question? What did you combine to make these wands? Some stuff. Knitting needles, an inexpensive figurine of some fictional fellow with long whiskers, a simple textbook on the zoological dubious. Why would this mundane combination of objects grant a child such an alarming mastery over dark forces all at once? I'm guessing this is one of the rhetorical questions meant to be informative. So then my answer should affirm how ridiculous that sounds, shouldn't it? Maybe. That wasn't even a question. Yes, it was. Okay, magic is fake, the wands are useless toys, and there's something else going on. Next! Would it be so difficult to believe the power you've found to devastate your planet and create shortcuts through your session is not entirely by your own device? Would it be so difficult to believe a young lady could be unwittingly apprenticed by more powerful entities who meant her potential to be realized later through some arbitrary trigger? What would you say if I said a dutiful girl raised in the daylight was protected by a bulb-headed guardian and learned to glow in the dark after death? What would I say if I said a vengeful boy on the path of nihilism was taken under the wings of fearsome angels and learned to destroy hope with their light? Wait. So that one's Eridan. Raised in so the first one is Kanaya. Okay. What would I say if I said a reserved girl enamored by what dwelt in shadow was selected by the horror terrors for service, and did their bidding at every step while convinced of her own autonomy? Who was that referring to?
God, I wonder.
What would I say to these short fables? Not much, except I gather the third is a story about me. Oh, and there's a lesson that you'd like me to take from it. That I should renounce my allegiance before my grim dark corruption is absolute. And while I'm at it, I should discard these useless wands because apparently the power was in my little black heart all along. Is that right? Won't you have to give up on your specibus to the one who causes the scratch regardless? How else will the young man wield that great big needle? I don't know, if you say so. Haven't your friends already shown concern for your recklessness and your increasing sense of detachment from the party, the team objectives, and not to mention those of your personal quest? Does this worry you? Is there a part of you left that's able to worry? Yes, it has been mysteriously localized to my middle finger. Could the dark magics be at work again? Do you deny that you have been neglecting incoming messages from your teammates? Would that be in keeping with the spirit of the human emotion of friendship for which one whose soul was not so befouled by the designs of unknowable monstrosities? Friendship isn't an emotion, and I'm nuts. Isn't it, Rose? Isn't it? I've been busy. I'll get back to them. And can we please stop doing the patronizing question thing? In exchange, I promise I will discontinue my patronizing responses. Can the omniscient be patronized? The omniscient can do whatever they please. I guess I'm just asking you nicely to do this favor. Very well. I will stop smothering you with surprise noodles. Huh? But only because I find you to be adorable. So creepy! So cute. Yuck. I am going to ask the same question I asked earlier. Please do not regard it as a violation of my pledge. It is just an ordinary question like those that crop up in an ordinary conversation. Okay. How does a seer see? I don't know. Be literal. With her eyes. Take the orb. Ask it a question. I don't know what to ask anymore. I'm confused. What would you ask me? I would ask what I should do next. Then ask, what should I do next? Not me, the ball, dunk ass. Rose, ask.
I like that we're in new Homestuck. Cavan's getting invested in theorizing again.
Rose, answer. Sorry for the delayed response. Answering seems to be what to do right now.
Oh, jeez! Finally! You sure seem to be absorbed in whatever you're doing on that computer. Were you talking to someone?
Oh, right. I forgot I gave you the code for the crystal ball. And you were thinking I could safely delay responding to messages without seeming like an ass, the way it usually works. Oops.
Oh, no, I don't blame you for not responding. You must be very upset. Are you okay?
Why would I be upset?
Um, because I figured you would have found out by now, but I guess you still don't know.
Oh, what?
About John's dad and your mom? Rose, hello? Oh no. Rose, please say something. You're making me nervous.
I should have gone looking for her. Why didn't I?
Because you were busy trying to make the best out of this situation.
John was too, but he went to look for his father. It would have been normal of me. I can't remember what I was trying to prove anymore.
I don't think you should be so hard on yourself about it. John was being John and you were being you, which I guess meant taking our problems very seriously and putting all your attention on solving them. And anyway, you and your mom had a much trickier relationship than John and his dad, didn't you? I mean, not that I'm saying that means you were any less attached to her than him. Oh, I don't know if I'm very good at consoling people. Sorry, Rose, I don't want to make you feel worse.
You're doing fine for someone raised by a dog, or really anyone. Thanks.
Okay. Now we've all lost guardians. Dave lost his, and I lost mine in a weird way, even though that was pretty much definitely my fault. And even the trolls all lost their monster guardians. I think that maybe it's an inevitable part of a game that can be cruel sometimes.
For some reason, despite all the danger, I never thought she was in trouble. I never believed she would actually die. I grew up with the feeling that something more significant had always been meant for her. That she was a heroine displaced in some way, resigned to the inglorious duty of raising me and preparing me in her way. I didn't actually need the ectobiological verification that she was like a mother and a sister at the same time. I always understood that somehow, and I felt she had knowledge and ability beyond what she let on. It was always intimidating, but nonetheless a source of respect, which was childishly begrudging on my part. I think she was just waiting for me to catch up with her, and now I can't.
I I'm so sad. Rose, I think you're being stronger about it than I am.
Probably because my emotions have now ceded to anger. This should not have happened.
Oh, well, I just hope you aren't thinking of doing something rash.
I already was. I was going to go to sleep, fly to a sun bigger than our universe, drop a bomb in it, and kill myself.
Yeah.
So, if my course of action is to change on account of my mood, it can only become less impetuous, don't you think?
I don't know.
You never liked my plan very much, anyway.
Well, no, but I was trusting that you had thought it through and it was our best hope.
I'm not sure if I did. Maybe it was a terrible plan. I made it with a full understanding of the nature of the scratch.
Then what will you do?
I could stop being so cowardly for once. I could short circuit this endless expanding game of chess we're playing, just like Jack decided to do.
What does that mean?
Maybe I will go kill Jack myself right now.
Oh, no, 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 no! Rose, that is a much, much worse plan! He'll probably kill you!
Probably, but the scratch will wipe us out anyway. The reboot. All the conditions of the session. I suddenly don't feel like sneaking through the back door of the furthest ring for retribution by distant supernova.
I know what you mean! I was angry at Jack and wanted to stop him too, but we have to think of a more sensible way to do it!
Whether my existing plan was sensible or not, I may have been allowing myself to be manipulated by an omniscient being regardless.
What? Who?
Hello, ladies.
Yeah, what?
This is a private conversation, private to even those who know it word for word already. Proceed. I will be here watching.
Rose, who is this?
Ignore him.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
You were discussing Miss Lalonde's intrepid new variation on suicide. As one with a passion for the subject, I'm intrigued. Anyway, if it's true that the gods have selected me for service, maybe the power they've given me will be sufficient. Maybe they wanted me to kill him all along. Hee hee.
Please don't, Rose. I know you're angry, but you aren't thinking straight.
But I am. I'm fully aware I'll probably die and fail. Scratch happens. We start fresh. No recollection. No problem.
No!
Jade, as an ambassador of Skya, maybe you'd be willing to talk some sense into your friend. You should understand she's been corrupted by various entities with rather questionable motives.
Rose, maybe White Text Guy is right. The Dark Gods gave you all these powers and seem to be helping us with dream bubbles and stuff, but what if they're not actually good?
They are enormous, ugly, live in darkness. That doesn't necessarily make them bad.
No, but I still don't trust them.
If only there were a way to make this determination with certainty. Through a reliable source within reach, for instance, at this exact moment. Perhaps one that is spherical and devastatingly handsome.
What's this weirdo talking about?
The cue ball!
Oh, yeah, I noticed you found it. I was worried it had been destroyed when my room blew up. Is he saying you can use it?
Yes, and he is right.
Oh my god, does it work?
It advised me to talk to you just now, so I guess so.
Then maybe you should try it.
Yes, Rose, listen to Jade. She's far less manipulative than I. What are you suggesting I ask it?
Well, since we don't know much about the gods, why don't you ask it about them?
So, you're saying I should ask if the gods are evil?
I guess that is a way to put it.
Even though at this point neither of you is highlighting my text to read it, this idea gets my vote. Go ahead. Ask, Seer. Seer, ask.
Wow, a triangle. Oh God.
Rose, go dark. You slip into the fabled black death. Slip into the fabled black death trance of the woe Gothics, quaking while all the while in the blood-eldritch throes of the bloodfester tongues. Broodfester tongues. You advise the members of your complacency not to be alarmed as they chronicle the event in tomes bound to the tanned, whitening flesh of the tortured Hell Scholar, with runes stroked in the black tears bled from the corruption-weary eyes of 50,000 imaginary cultists. But they fail not to be alarmed. To not be alarmed. This is because, as it is now painfully obvious to anyone with a brain, you have basically gone completely off the deep end in every way. You have officially gone grimdark. Rose, resist urge to seek revenge. You make a half-hearted attempt to resist the urge. I'm not sure if this is an answer to the question or not.
It answered the question. It's not Rose's fault she's too non-horror turd to understand it.
This still doesn't tell me if they're evil or not. Alas, one
Maybe
is
it's
not.
nuanced.
I think it is. Evil is subjective. Alas, one is not easily shaken from the broodfester tongues. They are
Hi,
stubborn
Chris.
throws.
Big man requests timeout. Lava. All right, homies, everybody, all y'all hold up. The big man wants to take a time out. BM, wreck some havoc. The big man's about to wreck some havoc in the yard. The court is on fire. Request ruler. Dude, come get the ruler. Check this out. Dude, hurry. Look, she's escaping from above. Okay, dude, no. Okay, how am I going to wreak some havoc in the yard with a meter, you chump ass? Ha ha ha. Again, with the metric system, what is it even with UN units, man? It's like you must be token up on a joint to make you stoned or something. I can't even think of who leaves all these rings lying around like that. It is so infuriating shit. Where's the manager? Dude, no, let me show you. No, 8.56 centimeters. Fuck, no, dude, you
That's
got to
me.
snap it. Broke ways. Snap. Splinters. Chris, if you don't know what Homestuck is, this is maybe the least comprehensible time. It was at that point when you got distracted by the author's hot self-insert. Who were you expecting? The Easter Bunny? And you probably want to know how involved the big man wants to get into the story. How much will he fuck this up? Well, all I've got to say to that is, who want to know? I want to know. Tell me, and please be smug about it. Alright. As the indulgent self-inserts grow in frequency, you may find yourself increasingly afraid that my direct interference with canonical events approaches inevitability. But you should understand that I am dealing with forces which, if handled recklessly, will nullify the basic ability of intelligent beings in all real and hypothetical planes of existence to give a shit. It would be stupid of me to mismanage these forces, and even stupider of you to worry about it, because it would be stupid for you to think I was stupid. In fact, I feel a little dumber just thinking about it. When the time comes, I will interact directly with the events of this narrative. But this moment will be responsibly confined to a passive intervention. It will be compact, surgical, and essential. My involvement will have such precision, I have even managed to quantify it in units of physical measurement. I will be involved in only the narrow corridor of space through which light will pass in 3 nanoseconds. My window of influence, end to end, will be exactly 1 yard. Okay, anyway, let's get back to John.
Let's.
Locate tumor.
Nothing to say about that.
Nope.
Alright. Nice tumor.
Mm.
Whoa. Hi, Chris. Look around. Ooh, symbols. Look inside. $10.25. Take tumor. Return to return to surface.
Courtyard Droll, approach locals? You and your rabbit friend approach a gentleman wrapped in a fine white cloth, and his courageous cohort, a young man riding a great gust of wind. You are so impressed, you forget what you were supposed to be doing.
John, reunite with Liv Tyler. Sweet, precious, beautiful Liv Tyler. You thought you'd lost her forever, just like Bruce Willis did when he blew himself up with a nuclear bomb in the center of an asteroid the size of Texas. His heroism and fatherly pride were also the size of Texas. But your love for Liv is not fatherly, oh no. This reunion is with no living daughter, but a living movie star fantasy crush who happens to be in the form of a robot bunny which has traveled through time and been given as a gift on 5 separate occasions, twice by you and thrice to you, and originally fished out of a sewer by Nicolas Cage on the silver screen. You forget the point you are supposed to be making. But you wonder where all of her sweet weapons went. She indicates, in the language of plush toy pantomime, that she has no idea. They all blew away in the breeze. Duke. John, retrieve tiny hammer. This tiny hammer is so ridiculous. It's too bad it is not the right size. You would love to wallop some imps with such a fanciful weapon. You guess you could just go around giving them little bops on the head with it, like a silly gaff. No, that would be too absurd, even for a great prankster like you. You will discard this rubbish immediately. Wait, what is this? Miss Tyler is handing you a note. Read note.
Hold on. Yeah. John, one more thing. This rabbit, I'm sure you've noticed, is armed to the stitches. He's got all 4 of the funny little weapons I mentioned that are all deadly as the fucking dickens. But that doesn't mean they're meant exclusively for the paws of Mr. Terry Kisser. That's the name I call him. Heck no! You see, I adapted Terry with some doodads you may deem practical. An infinitesimator, which I used to littlefy them down in the first place, as well as the monstrosifier, for when you would like to huge them up and wield them yourself. He's surely got
Actually,
enough
it's
juice.
monstrosidifier.
Fuck, you're right. The monstrosif. He's surely got enough juice in him to make them enormous if you wish, but that's silly. What would you even do with, say, a magic needle the size of a skyscraper, for instance? Preposterous. I borrowed this technology from my grandmother, who had quite the way with manipulating space. Legend tells she was something of a witch with the stuff. Once she was a brave hero like you and I, John. The stars themselves twinkled in her cauldron. I would like to tell you who my grandmother is, I really would, but I can't. I think I have trouble keeping secrets. I like to be honest, just like you, and a lot of secrecy after a while gets me feeling a bit jaded. Green means grow, red means shrink. See you soon, pal. Jay.
Okay, so Jade's grandson is like a real character, apparently. Okay.
Well, that's the second time we've read a note by him.
I didn't realize the
Grandmother?
first was.
Grandmother? You wonder who that could be? It's probably just Jade, but with all the time shenanigans. John, huge and hammer.
I did have to, because sometimes consequences like this come up where I have had to claim a character just implicitly.
Warhammer of Zillyhoo. 1 zillion. You got the Warhammer of Zillyhoo.
Yes!
That's all.
Oh,
Behold the glory of
the
Zillyhoo.
glory of Zillyhoo. Kevin,
Yeah?
did you say it? I couldn't hear you.
Behold the glory of Zaniwu. I'm sorry, Zillyhoo.
You seem convinced that you're not part of all somehow.
Behold!
No comments about that?
We observed the glory of Zillyhoo.
No comments on Gamzee holding it? Alright.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Fine. If you guys are so insistent.
And he's facing down Karkat. Okay.
You treat every
Oh,
joke
boy.
flash like they're irrelevant.
You are so delighted by your rad new hammer and the cool hugening abilities of Liv Tyler or Terry Kaiser or whatever his name is. Who the hell is Terry Kaiser anyway? Probably a movie star from the future? Who cares though? Your bunny will be lived for life. Heart, 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 hearts, hearts, hearts. You wonder what other neat things you can get Liv to monstrosify with her sweet eye beams. Wait, what happened to her green eye? And why is she feverishly gesticulating toward the fellow in the ghost sheets? This is so ridiculous. You cannot turn your back on these people to admire a beautiful hammer for even one moment. You think that is enough fooling around. It is time to get down to business again. The serious business of being an important and heroic leader. John, wear the hood. Be the leader.
So he ate the... what was it, the Shrinkifier or the Bigifier?
The green one.
Oh god.
He really likes eating green. We've gone over this.
Yeah, I've noticed, but does that mean he's going to, like, embigify his stomach?
You are not their leader. You are their friend. There is a big difference. You prepare to issue your party a highly authoritative series of friendly requests. First, you request that everyone settle down. The squat fellow mediates between the two bickering parties and patches up Liv's missing eye. She is nothing if not accustomed to decades of repair work, and quickly resumes her plucky demeanor. You then, in your most leaderly way, ask Liv to pilot that enormous battleship. She will now be known as Captain Tyler. She littlefies the ship down to something more manageable for a small bunny captain. Everyone is impressed. You give your wallet to your lawyer chauffeur familiar. He looks
My
puzzled.
lawyer.
Loyal. You inform the party that you will not be going on this journey. You must remain behind and continue looking for your father. But you insist their mission is the most critical of all. You know they can handle it. You believe in them. You instruct Captain Tyler to set a course for the ship's home. They must fly to Durst and deliver the tumor to the moon. Everyone salutes their intrepid friend leader. This is what teamwork is all about. John, why are you delegating this task to these people?
Well, I mean, Liv Tyler seems fairly competent, and WV is nothing if not reliable. And then the droll is here.
And this guy, you guess this guy can go along and help out? Hey, who even is this guy anyway? You guess it doesn't matter. He seems nice enough. John, bid farewell. Godspeed, heroes. You have all the faith in the world that they will be successful. As a friend leader, or sometimes known as a pal honcho, you have done an amazing job. You have come up with a plan and politely request ordered your loyal team to execute it. It is all falling into place perfectly. You are quite sure you have not failed to account for even a single thing.
Jade pestering John and the laptop and the wallet. John, I'm worried about Rose. I'm pretty sure she's on her way to there to look for Jack. I can't say for sure because I can't see her with my goggles anymore for some reason, but I'm fearing the worst. Just in case, you should try to intercept her before she does something stupid like try to fight him. Also, I guess you probably still don't know about your dad yet, do you? Darn, why do I have to be the one to break terrible news? John? Oh, God, please don't tell me your computer was in the wallet you just gave that guy. Damn it, John! One of these days you will learn the value of having plenty of backup computers. In fact, whenever you finally leave the battlefield, I am going to give you the code for a nice pair of lunch muffs. And then I am going to force you to keep them on your head at all times. Yeah, you're never gonna read this, are you? April?
Huh? Something is happening on the other side of the planet. Something ominous. Something grimdark. You are so glad that grimdark is a real word, so that when things like this happen, they may be described as such. Maybe your dad is over there? You believe you will investigate. John, approach grimdarkness. Oh god.
John, you're heading into the blackout, so I won't be able to see you until you leave. But don't worry, I can still sense you're there because of our awesome powers, remember? Smooth move ditching your computer like that, by the way. That was some incredible leadership you showed. So now I have to contact you through Rose, thus exposing me to the risk of actually having to talk to her. Your carelessness has put the heroes of light in a very awkward position, John. I hope you're satisfied. Just kidding. She's obviously a little too preoccupied at the moment to be sassing me. Just borrow her computer and talk to me when you get the chance. Okay? I will be waiting.
Now, I will be right back in about a minute.
Okay. Because this next flash is probably like 10 minutes long. I don't know. Hmm.
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 Hello.
Hello.
Are we all here?
Is it time for Epic Flash?
Depends. Is April here?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, then I need the cue.
Seer, descend.
Oh boy.
Rose, I think there's something behind you.
Nah.
Up and at 'em!
What?
Oh.
There is no sign Jack appeared. Must be somewhere in the castle.
That's her reaction to inspecting her mom's dead body.
It bears an inscription, "Our glorious speaker." His head was lopped clean off, with some sort of sharp sword-like object. Someone around here must surely hate frogs. You wonder who it could be. It was probably Jack. Examine bookshelf. A Foot Soldier's Guide to Combat. Most of the diagrams in this book involve a soldier advancing by a single tile, either straight ahead or diagonally when lunging with a weapon. No wonder these guys are so easy to kill. There's a book on theoretical physics and complex spatial geometries based on the hypothetical addition of orbs to the Queen's rings. The shapes in the diagrams are very complex. This sort of nonsense is regarded as cracked pottery at best. Why would the Queen ever wear more than 4 orbs? 4 towers, 4 orbs, 4 heroes? This is a sacred truth. Advanced frog breeding for beginners. Difficulty level, extreme! For idiots! Journey to the center of the battlefield. Looks to be a fairy tale for youngsters. The hero is a dashing young man in a blue hood. He heals the planet from within, but can do nothing to stop its annihilation from above, nor its soon-to-follow eradication from reality. It must be sad growing up in a culture whose mythology is centered around almost completely around futility. You find an ancient, unlabeled tome and read an excerpt. Though we adore him, we shall never enjoy his beauteous croak. We spill our blood on acres of black and white so they may cross the yellow yard. At last in sky's reflection through broken glass, he may find the pond in which he's meant to squat. Whatever the heck that means. You got a trophy.
Those bro shades.
Yeah, they are. The stairs are blocked. You suppose you could easily remove the obstacle, but that would spoil a perfectly good opportunity to look for secret passages. Her hands are in
Fang's journal.
Her hands are in my service, but they still shake. They unfasten the first button of my royal gown's waist clumsily. This is erotic fanfiction written about the Queen in the first person. This doesn't belong in this library. This doesn't belong anywhere. More books. You really have better things to do than read a lot of books written by chess guys. Books. Data structures for assholes too, now written to accommodate the shortcomings of the mentally challenged. Grimoire for summoning the zoological dubious. This is apparently on loan from the Dursite Library. It seems unlikely to be returned at this point. There is a shiny thing on that one. You think you might know what you find on this shelf? Just a hunch. Yep, more books. Rise of the Slayer, a horror story meant to scare children. Writers of cross-bitten fiction tend to write about what they see in clouds, hence their fables tend to be events which simply haven't happened yet, or happened in another realm. They like to use the word fiction so the kids don't get too scared. Problem Sooth. You've been meaning to read this one. Absolutely required reading for any promising seer who's blundered into entanglement with the occult through absurd sequence of events. You got a trophy. She's apparently swooning over a hero of lore shared by 2 kingdoms, a great man who united opposing sides against his tyrannical king. The revolt ending in tragedy, of course, which is typical of their folktales, but it is no less inspiring.
Big day for WV fans.
You got a flaming meteor chunk. This isn't even treasure. How is this treasure? You got the banner of the Villain. You suddenly feel inspired. It is generally rebellious. In a generally rebellious, united sort of way. Right, wasn't he also like the wayward
War-weary.
War-weary Villain?
Yeah, he united the two sides against
Yeah.
the kings, and then Jack killed everyone.
Talk to Soldier. He seems to be relieved that he and a handful of fellow soldiers have found a secret hideaway to escape the bloody rampage. Maybe if they regroup and marshal all their remaining forces, they can take the sky. Yeah, right. She's all aflutter about a legendary hero, some guy who was weary of war apparently. A simple farmer, handsome and brave. You think you're beginning to fall in love with him too. She looks scared and confused. There's nothing left to do but hide. This fellow is mourning the dead. He's probably lost many friends today. First, he was frightened when he barged in here, and then pardon me. And then briefly excited, and now disappointed. He must have thought you were the great Dark Kingdom's defector, come to save them. Alas, it is only a spooky girl with magic wands. Porky. Oh god, so many books. It is a holy parchment. Maimed clown, undead cat, impaled crow, omnipotent dog. These four shall be held in reverence for the eternity they serve to cut short.
Uh-huh.
You're sick of reading, gotta find Jack. You're sick of reading, gotta find Jack. Something's blocking it from the other side. That's suspicious. You've never seen anything so sad in your entire life. A beautiful, muscular man stallion, struck down in his prime. What monster could be responsible for this deed? And it was Jack Noir. Open curtains. Open curtains. Open curtains.
Oh?
Open curtains.
How many fucking curtains?
Oh, have you made it onto the turntable? No, this is, I don't know.
Looks like it.
Transportalize.
Oh, green curtains.
Open curtains.
Oh no.
Hi, Rose! Wow!
Hi, Rose! Wow, I did not
Why
expect to
did you do
find
that?
you here.
Why did I read that?
Kevin, the fuck was that? You're losing your street cred. Up and at 'em.
What? Also, why are you all gray like that? You look weird. Uh... Rose, I can't understand a word you're saying. It's a lot of silly speaking gobbledygook. Wait, I know what's going on here. It finally happened! You've gone grimdark. I told you, Rose. I warned you about... What did you call them? The Bloodfester throws?
Brood.
Broodfester throws. It's okay, Rose, don't worry. We will find a cure for your stubborn throws. But I'm still trying to find our parents. I thought my dad might have come to this castle to check out that huge black rain cloud. Do you see the cloud, Rose? It's pretty awesome. What? You sound kind of upset. What is it, Rose? Wait, are you talking about our parents? Oh man, you mean they're here? Are you saying they're in trouble? Oh no! Rose, we have to go help them!
Hold up, let me go get a pillow.
Yes, I'm frustrated too, but there is no time for such lamentations. Do you think you can find them again?
Rose, please shut up.
Great! I can't wait to see my dad. It feels like it's been forever since I saw him. Please lead the way, Rose.
Examine statue. They make such a cute couple. The king and queen are pretty nice too. Haha. This is where John came from. No use backtracking now. Got to take him to see Mom and Dad. Oh.
Oh no! Rose, what happened in here? Was it Jack? Are you saying it was Jack, Rose? What's that, Rose? Are you gonna get aggravated that I'm talking to you kind of like you are a dog? That is a really nice pillow, by the way. It goes well with your weird dark skin and gothy ensemble.
Gavin?
Oh, did that not go through?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're welcome. By the way, Did you know that Carcat thinks we are supposed to get married? Wait, I hope that didn't come off as a proposal or anything. Sorry, I'm just making conversation. I guess I'm a little nervous. Because technically, this is the first time we have ever met! Also, you are talking like an Eldritch monster, so I'm kind of babbling. We don't actually have get married, though. I mean, not if you don't want to. Okay, I'll shut up now. I cannot believe this is the first time they've met.
Right?
That's...
This is the first time any of the humans have met in person.
Certainly memorable.
Dave saw Jade teleport that one time.
What a flash.
Anyway. Are you ready?
Arrow.
For S Arrow?
Yeah?
Oh. Oh. That's not heroic or just.
Well,
I think. Surely that's neither heroic nor just.
Rose is pissed.
And that is as good a place as any to stop.
Yes. So John's dead.
A little bit.
Rose is insane.
Who's that on the ground there?
That's bro.
That's bro?
Yeah.
I see.
His cap is there. What did future Dave describe it as that one time? It was like, Jade's insane, Rose is insaner, and John is windy or something. Anyway.
Well, that was a fun new Homestuck.
I know, it was
Content?
new. We
It
ended
sure
off right
was new.
before the good stuff.
Oh, God. Well, see y'all next week.
I hope you're ready for it to not slow down.
It just keeps going at this speed for the rest of the act.
Oh,
Well, we
yeah.
must be near the end of the act.
Oh, you poor fucking fool. You know how we were like halfway through? Today was these 4 panels.
How much is left?
I believe 3 more rows. Yep.
Okay, so it will take another 3 to 4 streams. We could be done by next week. Or by the week after next.
Just because this is a long Dave Terezi conversation, and no one, it's late.
Yeah, I should go to bed early today.
Yes, I will stop my stream.